We often hear about it, don't we? The shadow, depression, it touches so many lives, but it feels like the full picture is still kind of blurry for a lot of
It
people.
really is. It's incredibly common, but when you're going through it, it can feel intensely isolating,
No.
Like you're the only one.
Exactly. So for this deep dive, you, our listener, gave us a couple of really helpful resources. We're going to unpack them, really try and get to grips with understanding and dealing with depression.
Hmm.
First up, there's Dealing with Depression, Insights and Support. That's episode 14 of Lifelines by Suprematic.
Right.
And the second one is Navigating Depression, Understanding, Treatment, and Support. That's from Dr. Surtaram Vishnoi's series, Your Health Deserves a Lifeline.
Got it. Two solid sources.
Yeah. So our mission here is to pull out the key insights, the practical stuff that can help anyone understand depression better and maybe manage it.
Okay. Sounds like a good plan. Where should we start?
Let's start right at the beginning. What fundamentally is depression? It's more than just feeling sad, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's classified as a mood disorder. And it's really critical to understand, like you said, it's way beyond just feeling sad or having an off few days.
Okay.
Both sources we looked at really stress that it affects how you feel, how you think, and how you act, your day-to-day functioning.
So it's not about being weak or needing to snap out of it.
Definitely not. That's a harmful misconception. It's a genuine medical condition. It needs proper attention, proper care.
Right. And the signs, the symptoms, they can be quite varied, can't they? It's not always just, crying or obvious sadness.
Exactly. That's a key point. So looking at both sources, yes, persistent sadness or feeling kind of empty is common, but also a big one is losing interest or pleasure in things you used to enjoy. Hobbies, seeing friends, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. What else?
Fatigue is huge. Just feeling drained, lacking energy all the time. And interestingly, one source pointed out irritability. Sometimes that can mask the sadness.
Irritability, huh? I wouldn't have immediately thought of that.
Yeah, it's often overlooked. Then there's trouble concentrating, making decisions, even remembering things. Foggy thinking, some people call it.
Okay. And sleep.
Sleep gets disrupted a lot. It can go either way, insomnia, struggling to sleep, or the opposite, sleeping way too much, oversleeping.
And appetite changes too.
That's right. Changes in appetite are common, leading to, weight loss or sometimes weight gain without really trying.
Wow. What about the emotional side beyond sadness?
Intense feelings of guilt, sometimes about things that aren't your fault, worthlessness, a real sense of hopelessness about the future.
That sounds incredibly heavy.
It is. And both sources also mention physical symptoms, things like headaches or just unexplained aches and pains.
Physical symptoms, really?
Yes, and sometimes there's this feeling of just numbness, like you can't feel much at all, or paradoxically, really intense emotional pain.
It sounds like a really wide spectrum of experiences then.
It absolutely is. And that's crucial, something both sources highlighted. Depression looks different for different people. There's no single way it presents itself.
Okay, that's really helpful context. So if someone's experiencing some of these things, what's going on underneath? What causes it? Is it usually just one thing?
Yeah, that's a great question. And the answer is usually no. It's rarely down to just one single cause. Both sources really emphasize that it's complex.
Complex? How?
Well, it's generally an interplay of several factors. Biological, environmental, psychological.
Yeah.
They all kind of weave together.
Okay, let's break that down. What about the biological side? Genetics, maybe?
Yes, biology plays a part. There's definitely evidence for a genetic predisposition. Both sources mention that depression can run in families.
So if a parent had it, you're more likely to.
You might have an increased risk, yeah. It suggests a genetic link, but it's not destiny, just a potential vulnerability.
Got it. And brain chemistry, we hear about that a lot.
Uh-huh. That's key. Neurotransmitters, chemicals like serotonin and dopamine that help regulate mood imbalances in these seem to contribute significantly.
Right. Okay, so that's the biology. What about life events? Stress?
Hugely important. Major life events like losing someone close, going through abuse, or any kind of trauma, these can definitely act as triggers.
Makes sense.
And also just chronic stress, ongoing stuff from work, money worries, difficult relationships. That constant pressure really increases your vulnerability over time. It wears you down physically and mentally.
Yeah, you could see how that would build up. And does our general physical health link in?
It does. There's a clear link. Both sources connect depression with chronic illnesses, things like diabetes or heart disease or ongoing pain conditions.
Interesting. So being unwell physically can impact you mentally.
For sure. And sleep problems like insomnia are often tied in as well. Hormonal imbalances could be a factor too, thyroid issues, for example. And we need to mention the relationship with substance use. It's complicated. Sometimes substance use can lead to depression. Other times people use substances to cope with depression. It can be both a cause and a consequence.
It really sounds like everything's connected, doesn't it?
It really is. Even personality factors can play a role. Things like having naturally low self-esteem or being very self-critical, that might make someone a bit more vulnerable.
Wow. Okay. So we've got a clearer picture of what depression is, the symptoms, the many contributing factors. Let's shift gears. What can people actually do? What coping strategies do the sources suggest?
Right, the practical side. The absolute number one thing, emphasized really strongly in both resources, is seeking professional help.
Talking to a doctor or therapist.
Exactly. That's crucial for getting a proper diagnosis first, and then exploring the right treatment options, which could be therapy, maybe medication, or often a combination of the two.
And therapy-wise, they mentioned CBT specifically, didn't they? Cognitive behavioral therapy.
Yes, they did. CBT is highlighted because it's effective at helping people identify and challenge those negative thought patterns that often fuel depression.
How does that work practically?
Well, CBT basically helps you spot those automatic negative thoughts. You know, I'm useless, nothing will ever get better. And then it teaches you skills to question them, to see if they're actually true, and how to replace them with more balanced, realistic thoughts.
That sounds useful. And medication.
Antidepressant medication is also discussed.
Right.
The idea is that it can help correct those chemical imbalances in the brain we talked about earlier.
Right.
But deciding on treatment, whether it's therapy, medication, or both, that's something best done with a healthcare professional who can tailor it to the individual.
Absolutely. Okay, so professional help is step one. What about like our own support networks? Friends, family?
Hugely important. Both sources stress this. Reaching out, talking to people you trust, friends, family, even a therapist. It fights that isolation that often comes with depression.
Yeah, just talking can help sometimes.
It really can. It provides comfort, validation, just knowing someone's listening. And it's okay to ask for help. You don't have to go through it alone. That's a key message.
Definitely. What about day-to-day stuff? Little habits, do they make a difference?
They can, surprisingly so. Building healthy routines. It sounds simple, and it can feel really hard when you're depressed, but small things add up.
Like what?
Like trying to get out for a short walk each day. Eating regular meals, even if you don't feel like it. Aiming for enough sleep. These things help regulate your body and mood.
Even small things.
Yeah, even tiny things. One source mentioned the act of just making your bed in the morning. It sounds trivial, maybe, but it can give you a small sense of accomplishment right at the start of the day. A little bit of structure.
I can see that. Little wins.
Exactly. Accumulating those small wins, building on that idea of routines helping manage stress, which we know is a factor.
Okay. And exercise. That always comes up.
It does, for good reason.
Huh.
Regular physical activity is a really powerful tool. Exercise releases endorphins, those natural mood boosters.
Right.
Plus, it can help reduce anxiety and improve sleep. And it doesn't have to be intense. The sources suggest gentle things work too. Walking, yoga, swimming, just moving your body.
Good to know. It doesn't have to be running a marathon.
Not at all. And related to that calming effect, mindfulness and meditation are also mentioned.
How do they help with depression specifically?
They help by anchoring you in the present moment. Depression often involves getting stuck in negative thoughts about the past or worries about the future. Mindfulness brings you back to the now.
Okay.
Techniques like deep breathing or guided meditation can promote relaxation and help you sort of detach from those overwhelming negative thoughts. Just observe them without getting swept away.
Creating a bit of space, maybe?
Exactly. A bit of mental space. It sounds like the overall approach is often about breaking things down, right? Taking small steps.
That seems to be a running theme.
Yeah. When you're feeling really overwhelmed, even simple tasks can seem impossible. So setting small, achievable goals is key.
What kind of goals?
Really small sometimes. Like the goal might just be get out of bed or take a shower or make one phone call. And the crucial part is acknowledging when you do it. Recognizing that completion as progress, no matter how tiny it feels. Recovery isn't usually a sudden leap. It's those small steps taken consistently, one foot in front of the other.
That's a really important perspective. This is all incredibly useful, understanding the condition, the coping strategies. But What if things feel really bad, like critical? When does someone need immediate help?
Yes, that's vital to cover. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of harming themselves or thinking about suicide, that is a crisis. That requires immediate help.
Okay. What should people do then?
Don't wait. Reach out immediately.
Well,
Contact a mental health professional if you have one. Call a trusted friend or family member to be with you, or use a crisis helpline. Don't try to handle it alone.
and the sources gave specific helpline number.
They did. For listeners in the U.S., you can call or text 988. That's the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline.
988. Okay.
There's also the crisis text line. You can text the word HOME to 741-741.
Home to 741-741.
Yes. And for anyone listening outside the U.S., it's really important to know your local crisis numbers. They vary by country, so look them up and have them handy if you think you might need them.
That's crucial information. Thank you for sharing those specific resources.
Of course. And the underlying message from both sources is clear. Reaching out in those moments, seeking that immediate help, is absolutely a sign of strength. It's not weakness.
Strength, not weakness. Got it. Well, this has been a really, really insightful deep dive, pulling from those resources you shared with us, listener. It's clear depression is serious, it's complex.
It is.
But as both sources really make clear, it is manageable. There's support, there are resources, and healing is definitely possible.
That's the core message, isn't it? If you are struggling, or if someone you care about is, please reach out, please seek help.
Yeah.
You are not alone in this. You're not broken. With the right support, healing isn't just some vague hope, it's genuinely attainable.
That's such an important thing to hold on to. It feels like the takeaway isn't about a quick fix, but maybe seeing it as Dr. Vishnoi put it so well, like a challenging chapter.
A chapter, not the whole story.
Exactly. And even when you're walking through that darkness, there's still that potential for resilience, for finding your way back to the light, for recovery. Thank you so much for joining us for this important deep dive today.